states of Alaska, Robert Hansen lived a dual life. Outwardly, he was a polite, quiet man, a baker, a family man, and a respected member of the Anchorage community. But behind that mask lurked a predator whose insecurities and resentment toward women had festered since childhood. Born in 1939 in Iowa, Hansen endured relentless bullying, acne, and social rejection. These experiences planted seeds of anger and dark fantasies that only grew over time. Acts like arson and animal cruelty in adolescence hinted at the violent tendencies beneath his calm exterior. After moving to Anchorage in the late 60s, Hansen ran a bakery, married, and became a part of the hunting community. Yet this outward respectability concealed his obsession with hunting human prey. He targeted marginalized women, dancers, sex workers, and vulnerable individuals who could disappear without raising suspicion. Using his stutter and awkward demeanor to disarm them, he lured victims into his truck and transported them to remote wilderness locations. There, he humiliated, assaulted, and hunted them, sometimes letting them run only to track them down like game. His meticulous planning and understanding of society's blind spots allowed him to operate undetected for years. Hansen's Alaskan wilderness became his private hunting ground. He buried victims in remote areas, mapping their graves as trophies. Families reported missing daughters, but the police dismissed many cases, believing the women had run away or overdosed. Hansen thrived on this indifference, exploiting the vulnerability of those society overlooked. By the early 1980s, evidence began surfacing, but connecting the crimes to Hansen seemed impossible. He was too ordinary, too trusted, too polite. This duality, friendly neighbor by day, predator by night, masked the enormity of his crimes. In 1983, Cindy Paulson, an 18-year-old dancer, was kidnapped by Hansen. Left briefly unattended, she escaped through Anchorage's freezing streets and reported him to the authorities. Her testimony, detailed and unwavering, enabled police to finally uncover Hansen's hidden life. A search of his home revealed weapons, trophies, and a hand-drawn map marking victims' graves. Confronted with overwhelming evidence, Hansen confessed, describing his hunts with chilling calmness, as if they were mere pastimes rather than acts of brutal violence. Hansen's predation in Anchorage escalated over the years. He selected victims from society's fringes, young women whose disappearances would attract little attention. His outwardly meek demeanor, stutter, and seemingly harmless habits allowed him to gain trust. He offered rides, employment, or money, masking his intentions. Once under his control, the victims faced humiliation, assault, and the terror of being hunted. Hansen sometimes released women into the wilderness to pursue them with calculated precision. His Alaskan environment, dense forests, freezing nights, and isolation amplified fear, transforming the wilderness into a deadly hunting ground where he exercised absolute control over life and death. Families reported missing daughters, dancers vanished without a trace, yet law enforcement often dismissed cases due to prejudice or assumption that the women had chosen dangerous lifestyle. Hansen's success was built on society's blind spots. The marginalized were overlooked, and the predator exploited this. Despite subtle warnings, Hansen's crimes remained hidden. By the early 80s, sporadic discoveries of human remains in the wilderness suggested a pattern, yet suspicion never fell on him. He maintained the facade of a quiet, polite baker, hunting enthusiast, and respected citizen. This duality, the ordinary man hiding a violent predator, demonstrated the danger of judging evil by appearances. In 1983, Cindy Paulson, an 18-year-old dancer, broke the pattern. Kidnapped and chained by Hansen, she escaped during a brief moment when he was distracted. Barefoot, half-naked, and terrified, she ran through Anchorage streets, confronting the biting cold and danger to seek help. Her courage was pivotal. Her clear, detailed account enabled authorities to piece together the truth behind Hansen's years of undetected crimes. Police surveillance and a subsequent search of Hansen's home unveiled overwhelming evidence. They discovered firearms, jewelry from missing women, and, most damning, a hand-drawn map marking the locations of victims' graves. Each X symbolized a life extinguished, a brutal hunt concluded. Interrogation revealed Hansen's methodical cruelty. He recounted his attacks and hunts with clinical detachment, demonstrating no remorse. He admitted to killing at least 17 women, though estimates suggest the total may have exceeded 30. Alaska's vast and isolated wilderness allowed some bodies to remain undiscovered, leaving families without closure.
The trial exposed the shocking contrast between Hansen's public persona and private monstrosity. Community members, blindsided by the revelation, grappled with the duality of a man who baked bread in the morning and hunted women in the wilderness at night. His sentence of 461 years in prison without parole finally confined the predator. Yet his story continued to resonate, prompting changes in law enforcement practices regarding missing persons, particularly those from marginalized groups. Cindy Paulson's survival highlighted the importance of listening to those often ignored by society. Her bravery ensured that Hansen's reign ended and that his methods could be studied to prevent similar crimes in the future. Hansen's psychological profile revealed a predator not defined by physical intimidation, but by quiet, persistent cruelty rooted in humiliation, resentment, and obsession. He was not charismatic or overtly violent. He was the man overlooked in society, blending seamlessly into the community. His stutter, scars, and meekness masked a calculated need for control. His actions were premeditated, demonstrating meticulous planning and exploitation of societal blind spots. Hansen's legacy endures as a chilling reminder. Danger can reside in ordinary lives, and evil does not always appear monstrous. The map, each mark representing a stolen life, became the symbol of his methodical, detached, and horrifying approach to predation. The final chapter of Robert Hansen's crimes underlines the interplay between human cruelty and societal negligence. His victims, mainly women dismissed as outsiders, suffered because society failed to see their humanity. Hansen's careful observation of society's blind spots allowed him to operate undetected for decades. His polite demeanor, his work as a baker, his hunting hobbies, and his family life provided the perfect camouflage. He understood that appearances matter more than reality to most people. By blending into the community, he turned everyday life into a hunting ground, exploiting the trust and obliviousness of those around him. Cindy Paulson's escape was the crucial turning point. Her testimony broke through the carefully maintained illusion of Hansen as a harmless citizen. Authorities discovered weapons, jewelry from missing women, and a meticulously hand-drawn map marking graves, confirming the horrific extent of his predation. Hansen confessed to at least 17 murders, though the true number may never be known due to Alaska's remote terrain. His calm, detached recounting of the hunts revealed a mind entirely devoid of empathy, viewing human lives as objects for sport and control. Each hunting trip into the wilderness had been premeditated, precise, and methodical, underscoring the terrifying intelligence and patience of the predator. The trial and public revelation of Hansen's crimes forced Anchorage to confront the uncomfortable truth. Evil can reside behind a smile, in a quiet voice, or beneath an apron. The dissonance between his ordinary appearance and monstrous actions shocked the community. Hansen's family, neighbors, and city were forced to grapple with betrayal and disbelief. His 461-year sentence without parole symbolized justice for some. But the long-term trauma and unanswered questions left lingering effects on the victims' families and the broader community. His story became a case study in criminal psychology, demonstrating that predators often do not conform to stereotypical expectations. They may be quiet, awkward, socially invisible, yet capable of profound violence. Psychologists analyzing Hansen highlighted his combination of insecurities, social humiliation, and obsession with control as the foundation for his crimes. His childhood bullying, acne, and social rejection cultivated deep resentment and fantasies of revenge. Over time, these internalized traumas transformed into calculated violence. Hansen's story is not merely about one man's cruelty. It is a cautionary tale about paying attention to overlooked voices, recognizing subtle warning signs, and understanding how societal indifference enables predators. The bravery of survivors like Cindy Paulson remains a testament to resilience and the necessity of listening to those often dismissed or ignored. Robert Hansen, the butcher baker, endures in public memory as a symbol of hidden evil. His hand-drawn map, each X marking a victim, remains an enduring emblem of his meticulous cruelty. He reminds society that evil does not always present itself with obvious menace. It can stand beside us, smile at us, and hide behind ordinary routines, waiting for the opportunity to strike. The legacy of his crimes continues to shape how law enforcement approaches missing persons and vulnerable populations, highlighting the ongoing relevance of vigilance, empathy, and the courage to confront uncomfortable truths about human nature.